Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us for another week of Maxi Review. We're going to look at the market this week, check in on some of the predictions that we put out in our last video, which was about a month ago. We were looking at the Bitcoin market. You can see here, we have it shared up in the screen. If you haven't seen that video, you can go check it out and see what we were predicting there. But we were watching Bitcoin and the crypto markets look like they're starting to form a lower high, kind of trading within this channel that you see, marked out there in the screenshot, in the blue lines. And we were saying that, hey, this looks like maybe we're reaching a top for these crypto assets. We're looking to maybe, pull back down and retest the lower levels. And I'm sure by the time this video comes out, you're already well aware that absolutely crypto has been doing that. As we're recording this, the markets are kind of like shitting themselves. So it's really exciting. It's exciting to see this happening in real time. Right now it's Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. 6 p.m. Pacific time. And therefore, if you check the charts, or once we go to the live chart here in a second, you'll see what's happening in the last hour.
So we shared this more than a month ago, and we called a lower high. And the deal was that for it to it would still sort of stay bullish if it stayed above our indicator strength band.
Yeah.
And we're also kind of where the channel base of it was.
Yeah.
And we were expecting it to fall back down and then maybe bounce again or lose it. And this is kind of the chart that we also shared in our private Discord.
Yeah.
For those who are interested, like we share real-time moves with charts and everything, like live as it's happening.
Yeah. So today we were sharing some like, hey, we're losing these levels and stuff. We'll talk about in just a second. But if you want to see all this stuff live in real time, definitely head over to Maxsi. Head over to Maxsi.io and join as a member. You can get all this information, as it's most relevant. And of course, we're doing free trials. First month is free. You can try it out. And if it's something that you feel like has some value, stick around. If not, no hard feelings. We really appreciate people trying us out. You can see we shared this. We were expecting this. We told our members, and we personally sold a good amount of our spot positions that we had bought earlier when we saw, the breakout. We were like, it's time to maybe buy back in. Things are looking good. And basically a month ago, we were like, hey, things are looking like we maybe hit a top here. Let's reduce our risk. I think in the message to our members, we said it's time to off risk or shift our risk assets into something, potentially different. That could mean selling spot. That could mean opening short sales. However, your own risk tolerance is, that is going to be up to you, of course. But so we were able to kind of give this impression of what the market was doing at this stage in the price action.
This was more than a month ago, and this is where we shared the last video too. It made a lower high, and then the deal was that if it bounces on the strength band and then it keeps within the channel, then you could see it still stay within the channel and then just keep chopping and ranging.
Yeah.
Or if it loses support, the trading buddy, our indicator strength band, or if it loses the bottom of the channel, then it's we're gonna accelerate into the downward trend.
Yeah.
And today, as we're recording this,
literally right as we speak,
I had my line. These are all the lines that I had.
Also, look at that ETH price right now. It says there's 6 days and 23 hours left on the weekly candle. That weekly candle is 1 hour old. To pull that much, that happened in the last hour. And it's almost as big as
it actually wicked all the way down. We got a 21% drop.
That's
an hour.
brutal.
So
it's it is the weekend, so it's still Sunday. It's something to keep in mind. But man, it's lovely to have this TA on our side before all this shit hits the fan.
Yeah, exactly. And what's also interesting is with Ethereum, we have a bear print with our indicator. We still don't have the band to change color, even though it looks like it might happen soon.
Yeah, it's coming up.
But we had a bear signal last week, actually, before the dump started accelerating. And if this if the strength band changes color like red to match the bear print, then that's confirmed that we
Trend
are in a
reversing.
bear trend.
Yeah.
And this is a weekly chart. So, of course, on the sort of like if you look at the 4-hour, it printed bear like 3.2K. So like, yeah.
Yeah.
It dumped 34%.
I was saying that right before we went live. I was looking at some of my short sell positions, and I have a few short sells that are just using like 1x leverage. So basically just, shifting my exposure, or I guess in reality, changing my risk asset away from my Ethereum onto my dollars. So now the position itself isn't going to change in dollar amount. It's the Ethereum amount that's changing. And that position was up over 30% in the past week, and that's on a 1x spot Ethereum short sell. It's insane how crazy. Aggressive the market is moving.
So now in terms of next steps, we have more supports down, but like 1.9K for ETH, that's like major, basically that's monthly and quarterly support. Like if we lose that,
that's goodbye bulls.
Definitely, that's like definitely bear market.
Yeah.
I see there's like a sort of trend line.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
So we do have a bit of hope kind of there maybe. Because even with this aggressive sell-off, like we're looking still now for like Sid is describing, we're looking for the strength band to flip red on the weekly. We're looking for the daily to kind of like close in this way, and the reason for that is because we want confirmation that this isn't just a bear trap or some kind of like crazy volatility on the back of some market events. For example, like that VC fund today, Jump trade.
Jump trading
got liquidated.
They've been selling for the past. Or basically, from what I know is that the CTFC had started an investigation into them like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Recently, and it's been found through like on-chain analysis or whatever, people like tracking their wallets, that they've been actually selling a lot of Ethereum. Mm-hmm. I mean, possibly Bitcoin too, but like the person who was tracking was just tracking the Ethereum wallet, because ever since the ETF launched, they've been selling like millions of dollars worth of ETH. Jump trading. And the CEO actually left the company like a few weeks ago or last week or something. Mm-hmm. So, and they're one of the biggest market makers in crypto. They've been around for some time now.
The on-chain data showed about $400 million worth of selling, which is not insignificant,
No, and that was before today's dump. So like they might have like sold a lot more today, but so like they've been selling, and like I guess like other whales have also been selling, and just from a chart perspective, like we trade the chart.
That's our true north here.
It looked like a lower high, and just going by the chart, lower high, another lower high. Same thing as here. Like, each time you get a lower high, then that's a further confirmation of a downtrend.
Yeah, especially in a weekly time frame. That's a pretty like that's a signal that should hold some weight. That time frame isn't something that gets faked out by such moves often, which is what we were saying about a month ago.
Exactly. So now if now that like Ethereum of course has like lost the channel, so like if it were to do a retest pump, which it has to at some point, whether like it goes here and then it has to retest this channel,
the bottom of the channel, that becomes like the resistance now. And so what we really like desperately need, if we want to see this stay bullish, especially on these lower time frames, is we need to have that retest push through and back into the channel, and then start bouncing around within that channel again. This needs to happen pretty quickly for it to not be very dire.
Exactly. So
and it can, because it's the weekend. The markets aren't like really at their full capacity yet. All that is to say, though, I mean, I can see on the right side of your chart there too. the SPX and SPY and stuff doesn't look very good either. So
no, I think like the futures, if I change it to here, the futures 2 yeah, I think so. Like I think like the stock market, the traditional markets are like taking a big shit, and that's also what's affecting crypto.
Yeah, and then you have a lot of like, you know, real world news as usual, you know, about the war, about potentially like inflation, and the recession narrative is still not dead, and still getting more credibility, especially with the market conditions shifting like this. All of that stuff is, you know, like we've often said, is potentially just noise, and we want to focus on the chart. But the chart has been giving us our direction for over a month. And if you saw our last video, we were already expecting this move. It is, I will admit, this is more aggressive than I was expecting, and it's happening faster than I thought it would. But it's not that something unexpected is happening. It's just it's the expectation of what we expected to see is happening, just much more aggressively. And so now I really want to see a similarly aggressive bounce back to kind of, you know, mitigate this panic that this kind of stuff can cause, to be like, okay, you know, everyone who was going to be shaken out by this aggressive of a move will have been shaken out relatively soon, and then it frees up the space for us to like get that retest. And then if we do get rejected at that bottom of that trend, like you have drawn out with the red arrow, then we will have our confirmation for the move to continue lower. Then we might have, if we've missed opening our shorts or selling our spot, that might be another opportunity to then, you know, take off risk a little bit. Maybe like right now, which obviously the video doesn't come out right now, but like right in a moment like this where we have such an aggressive sell off, you know, we saw 10% in an hour. Probably not the best time to jump into a short sell or to try to trade the same direction, because it's going to be much more volatile. Like if I had jumped in, I would already be red, I think, if I had opened my short now. That, and of course, when the market is moving this aggressively, the fees to do these tradings are insane. So, you know.
And also, if, you know, the last thing before we wrap up, we look at Solana. Because that's also popular. But we had like a fake breakout, and this is a really good example.
This is like the opposite of what we want to see now. Like we want to see this on the other side. But yeah, this is exactly what we want.
So this like thing on top, like that's basically, that's a deviation. So you break out and then you fall back down. That's a bearish deviation.
Yeah.
And this would have trapped a lot of people, because
because you see the breakout and then you start entering. Yeah, you get people to start entering long, and then boom. So it's like considered a bear trap, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So the moment like it closed back, it came back into the wedge. That meant that, like, you know, it might have been a bull trap. Actually.
Oh, the bull trap. Yeah, the bear trap is what we're potentially seeing right now, where like we did fall below the wedge. It's possible that, you know, it's activity.
Right
I mean, Solana's doing relatively well. So as far as the wedge pattern, it's bouncing where it should be bouncing, for it to stay in this kind of wedge. But
exactly, I mean, it wicked exactly to the wedge. Like I had drawn this out like months earlier. But if it loses this, then like, you know, then it's gonna go, I don't know, where I have lines. Maybe I have lines.
I think if it loses that, it's going to be, that's a pretty aggressive
like
drop.
In the 80s.
85-ish,
but I do see monthly support at like 100.
But which is still about 30% below
like,
where we are.
Like $50, but
yeah.
But I don't know if it'll go all the way down there. But like, at least from a weekly perspective, like it did deviate below, which wasn't good. And now it needs to bounce to stay within the wedge.
Bounce or die time.
Or bounce or die. Yeah, exactly. So we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. Obviously, much more in real time than the frequency of our videos coming out. And so if you wanted to kind of be much more on top of all this stuff, and this is something that you're more active in than, you know, the weekly kind of, or potentially like every other or sometimes monthly videos that we do, then, you know, I just want to say one more time, jump on over to maxi.io. make an account and sign up. It's free for the first month, so you can get a feel of, you know, what it is that we're offering and what the community is like. And if you like it, then great. We'd love to have you stick around. And if you just want to see what it's like, you know, to get these signals in real time and try to participate, maybe watch what other people are always posting, what they're doing, opening their moves, like what profits they're making, what losses they're making. And that it could be fun and interesting, like way to get started in some of these markets. And we also participate, you know, not just in buying and selling, but also like the general DeFi economy. So if you wanted to learn how to maybe participate in the crypto markets, not just as someone buying and selling, like buying low and selling high, but like on a more maybe market maker side of all this stuff, that's also, you know, we have a lot of people involved with that. And we can help you figure out where to get started, what to do to kind of like structure those type of positions and how to, you know, participate in that way. So we'd love to have you join. Even if it is just to take advantage of these signals in real time for a month while you use your free trial. But, you know, we'd love to have you join the conversation, kind of add to the community and give some, you know, insight to what you're interested in, maybe what you want to see more of, and kind of help join the conversation. That'd be really great. Until then, though, I think we're going to keep obviously a close eye on this. We definitely are seeing signs of a potential, you know, reversal in the like medium to actually long-term trend here for crypto. So we could be seeing a potential, like a reversal from the bullish. Like we've been in a bull market for over a year now, and it could be signaling us a top here.
Yeah, ever since BTC signaled bull with the indicator, so like which caught the bottom.
Those I mean, look at that signal and how well we did after that. Like the signals on the weekly charts should not be ignored.
See, and this was like the last bull.
Look where the last bear print happened and what happened after that. And just like what you see on that last bear print, especially now we're looking at Ethereum side, right? Look at it printed, it was dumping, and then it did that retest and it bounced back up and it retested only shy of where the strength band is. So then that would have been the confirmation. That's what we're looking for now. So
here, since it's here, like I don't know if it'll push all the way up here, but I'm guessing
that's what we're looking at. So that's why we have the wedge drawn out, and of course we'll be staying on top of all this and updating everybody in the Discord and the communities. And of course we'll be back in a week or maybe a few weeks once this continues to play out. We'll update what these predictions have played out as and how we fared, you know, pursuing our own predictions here. But I think until then, stay safe out there. Don't panic sell at the bottom of a dump like this. Wait for the retest, stick to the charts and trade that way. And remember that if you're here for like reasons other than I wanted to, you know, trade for a profit, like the technical reasons or the like community aspects of crypto, remind yourself that those things aren't changing when the price changes, so that you don't feel like, you know, just because price is changing now, your conviction should change as well. Maybe they should if you have specific like risk tolerances and stuff, but maybe they shouldn't. So, you know, maybe use these volatile moments as an opportunity to kind of assess your own risk tolerance and the way you've structured your positions, and you know, make sure that you're still comfortable with how all that stuff is currently looking, given the potential of it moving down further or it bouncing up again. You know, what would you be happy with? What would you be not happy with? And what would you do given either one of those situations? You want to have answers for all that stuff so that you have a plan and you can follow the plan, because you're an investor and you're not just reacting to crazy market moves, which is why we're not just panic selling right now either. We have a plan. We knew we were expecting something and we knew where we're setting our targets to enter and exit these things. So, you know, just last kind of like words of advice here, encourage people to not maybe give into the emotions and kind of panic when they see this. It's very difficult not to. This is insane. Very crazy day today. So I'm glad we were able to kind of like talk a little bit about it while it was happening in real time. But I'm also extremely glad that we were able to see this stuff coming and aren't blindsided by this. And that's worth more than anything, you know, you could possibly want when you hold decent amount of value in these types of assets. Being able to have an idea of like what's coming in the next month, and if it does unfold in a really aggressive quick way like that, having plans, you know, because again, investors have strategies, investors have plans, and they're following a plan they're not making the plan up the second the market changes to some, it's like, oh no, what's the price now? What am I going to do? And you should have an answer for that. So let's just use this kind of, if you are blindsided by this kind of motion and you're kind of find yourself stressing out, maybe running to the bathroom with a stomach ache after you looked at your portfolio, maybe consider having a kind of an internal dialogue with yourself of like, where is my, what is my exit strategy? And if you don't have one, make one. Just friendly reminder for that. But if you want help with doing all that stuff, join up, hit us up in the Discord and the community. We would love to talk to you about what our exit strategies are, what our hedge plans are, and how we protect our capital as well. That's the whole point of this. So the idea is that anyone can do it, and so can you. And if you want a help or a friend who's like, done this for years and years already and has made all the mistakes that you're bound to make as a newcomer, join up and let us guide you around those mistakes. We've made them already, so you don't have to. But yeah, until I think next video, let's see what happens here. This is a crazy day, and I hope everybody is able to, stay ahead of this stuff and stay safe and not maybe get shaken out in some type of a loss. Maybe it's a good buying opportunity. Maybe it's whatever it is. Let's play it as it comes. But until the next time, stay safe and happy trading, guys. It's insane out there. So, have fun. I'm having fun, if you can't tell. All right. Until next time, though. See ya.